Yo, 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 what is going on, everyone? How the heck are we doing today? What is going on? It is Sunday, May 25th, 2025. It is the day before Memorial Day. Yeehaw, hell yeah, brother America. Hope you guys are all doing well today on this fine morning, afternoon, or night, whatever time of day it is for you. Just know that I am sending you that spirit bomb energy, and I hope you guys are all doing well. Now, I want to make it very clear from the very beginning that this is going to be a very strict stream. And what I mean by that is I have to be out of here by like 12:30, 12:45. I'm not able to stay for too long, not able to do some extra yapping. We just got to get through the chapters, and we got to go. I do have something to do later today, but I will still give everything my full attention and give as much love as is required for these amazing chapters that we all know and love. Very quickly, before we do get into some beginning time chat, as always, I am going to throw it to you guys, throw it to the poll. What do read first? What do we read first, guys? Kagurabachi or Sakamoto dies? Sakamoto dies? Sakamoto, I hope not. That would be a terrible chapter. Sakamoto days. What do we read first, guys? And make sure you hit that like button if you have not already. It really helps the stream way more than you know. But most importantly, I completely lost my train of thought there. What were we doing before the poll? Someone's got to remind me. I literally do not remember. But anyway, it's the day before Memorial Day, so going out later today, seeing some old friends, that is always a good time. I hope you guys, if you have something planned, I hope you have fun. If you don't have something planned, that's okay too. Just chill out and vibe. Hopefully you have off from work. If you don't, well, god dang it, that's rough. But don't worry, I'll be working right there with you tomorrow. Dawn chapter comes out tomorrow, and as always, on top of that, I've got plenty of work to do. Like, I've been really diving into Clair Obscure Expedition 33. Content wise, I got another video coming out later today. Just playing some extra stuff, some extra secret stuff. But most importantly, how the heck are you guys doing? Are you guys doing good? You guys have a good week? Did you guys have a good weekend? Are you got the Sunday scaries? Do you not want to go into your next week? Let me know how you guys are feeling, y'all. That's realistically what's most important. I'm going to give another minute or two before we get started. It looks like Sakamoto Days is winning the poll. But let me see here. Sakamoto Days is winning the poll strong. 6 votes. We got 67% Sakamoto Days, 33% Kagurabachi. So that might be what we go ahead and read first. Gotta fix that so it doesn't cover the chat. Scarling's name is so long. I did not account for the long name when I was putting these dono things on the screen. As always, this is not a market substitute. We will not be reacting to the chapters completely like out front and center. As you can see, I do have Somura's little blind owl on top of here, so that way no one, if you want to read, please support the official release. Either get a Viz Media subscription, a Shonen Jump subscription, or buy the physical volumes, and you guys are more than able to read alongside me on your own time. But again, the whole point of this content is not to rehost the chapter or to substitute the market. It is just so we can react together as a group. And that's, of course, obviously the most important part about all of this is just the community love and the community, appreciation. And it looks like, yes, Sakamoto Days is winning so far. I'm going to give it like one more minute in the poll, guys. So definitely get your thoughts in if you want to read anything else. if you want to read Kagurabachi, because it looks like Sakamoto Days is coming in hot for the win. Oh, let me get this chapter 236 off screen. Yeah, we read Gojo vs Sukuna on Friday. We read that Friday night, and that was a lot of fun, honestly. Revisiting that like fight, it really was interesting having it all put together in one big binge, as opposed to reading it week by week, right? Because week by week you have things like fatigue, you have things that like they don't make sense in the moment without full complete context. So just being able to go from like 223 all the way up to 236 was, honestly, I really enjoy that fight. I think it is one of the best fights that Gege ever drew. I still prefer Yuji vs Mahito, my honest opinion. That is and always will be probably my favorite fight of all time in Jujutsu Kaisen, but Gojo vs Sukuna definitely comes in as a close second. And depending on what people want, we may do the whole, you know, as people dubbed it, the Sukuna cycle afterwards. But I think maybe we'd do like a Kashimo section, and then, you know, Takaba and Kenjaku have their big moment. Maybe rereading Takaba versus Kenjaku, see if we can gain some appreciation for that. That would be that would be funny. Greedy can't wait to watch that VOD. Yep, VOD is definitely available if you missed the live stream. You know, I always try to make sure the VODs are available. And same thing as before, you know, you can read along with that. It's not a market substitute. So yeah, go ahead and enjoy that VOD. As I'll keep it up as long as I possibly can. As long as Shueisha doesn't decide to bend me over. I mean, what more could I possibly ask for? As always, before we get started, just want to throw out a quick shout out to our sponsor, GamerSupps. GamerSupps is a great energy supplement. I drink it literally all of the time. It is quite literally not only one of the tastiest drinks in the world, but they just released their JoJo Stone Ocean fruit flavor. Go check it out. Gamersupps.gg/nooperator. Use my code for 10% off. And yeah, just go check it out, guys. Sincerely, I think you guys, if you haven't tried it, they always offer free samples, which you can't go wrong with free samples. You really can't. So yeah, don't be scared. Definitely feel free to check it out. Even if you don't buy anything, like just go check and see what's out there. They've got sleep support. They've got ramen noodles. They've got everything. So thank you, GamerSupps. But let's get into the read through. And it looks like, just taking a quick look, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say the winner of the, oh, it just went back to 50%. Oh, nope. Sakamoto Days just came in 55. It is neck and neck, guys. But unfortunately, we don't have time to wait. So it looks like out of 11 votes so far, we've got Sakamoto Days coming in hot as the victor. So that's what we're going to go ahead and go with. If you wanted to read Kagurabachi, I'm sorry, you should have fought harder. You should have fought harder. I don't know what else to say other than that. Try again next time. No, but for real, we are going to get into Sakamoto Days spoilers. So if you have not already read and caught all the way up to Sakamoto Days, please, I highly recommend, if you don't want to be spoiled, then you could definitely dip out, and then we will get to Kagurabachi way later in the stream. Again, this is going to be a very quick stream, unfortunately, just because, you know, I got things to do later. You know, I got people to see, people to go. You guys, I'm just kidding. But as much as I want to hang out and stream, I definitely I got a hard out at around 12:30, 12:45. So we're gonna go ahead and get into Sakamoto Days. Also, as per usual, if you miss the section of the stream that you wanted to watch, I do upload all of the highlights and everything to the second channel, so don't forget about the second channel as well. I post chapter reviews for Kagurabachi, Sakamoto Days, Don, and Chainsaw Man all on the second channel. So if you ever miss anything, don't be scared. Check out the second channel. You can get pretty much almost weekly content. You know, four days out of the week, you're definitely getting content. You might even get some extra stuff. So yeah, go check it out. No more operator. Let's get into Sakamoto days, everyone. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I genuinely do appreciate every single one of you guys more than you'll ever know. Hit that like button if you haven't already. It really helps the stream, like I said, more than you know. And let's get into Sakamoto days, guys. If you were not here last time, the last chapter of Sakamoto days was essentially a really big chapter for Shin. Shin, by using his ESP control, was able to use essentially his cursed speech megaphone through a broadcast wave and just have everyone either fire their bullets into the ground. On top of that, you also had Siba, who hijacked and hacked into the JAA mainframe and was able to lock all of the guns through their master control. So now not only were all of the bullets fired, everybody whose bullets weren't fired had their gun locked. So guns are completely locked. And now it's just Shin and Uzuki at the top of the Tokyo Tower. Are they going to fight? Is Shin going to survive? Who knows? But things are getting real, and I'm excited to see what the heck goes on. Let's get into it, guys. Chapter 214 of Sakamoto Days. All right, Mr. Siba, you pulled off a crazy thing. For now, all those guns they distributed are useless junk. The gunshots have stopped? Siba is dope indeed. He's honestly, as someone who started out as a villain, he has grown on me over the course of the series. I love the little connection that him and Shin have. Like, again, they're working together without even realizing they're working together, which was my favorite part about last chapter. Damn, okay, you got everyone kind of moving about doing their own thing. That's Granny Mio, I think, who is the secret assassin healer, and then you've got Lu and fucking Wu-Tang. Okay, all right, so Lu is doing stuff. It's just happening in the background where no one can see. Things sure quieted down, huh? What's going on? Did everyone run out of ammo? This just in. The guns that were distributed as part of the legalization policy have been rendered unusable. Experts suspect that a hacking operation by an unknown party may be responsible. Oh, damn, and they're fucking trending. Hacking, gun not working, jerks I want to blow away, gun won't shoot. The streets are safe now. Maybe I should zip out and get groceries for dinner. No, Aoi, don't risk it. Wu-Tang is an S-tier name. I feel that, honestly. You're not wrong. You guys did this, didn't you? Love Sakamoto Twitter. I honestly, one of the funniest things is seeing how manga and anime integrate social media into their stories. The world is a crazy place. He goes, gee, I don't know. Shin generally doesn't know. That's the funniest part. Are the guns jammed? What's going on? Maybe those guys pulled something off. Sure did. Back to the issue at hand. Yep, time to dodge the fucking Ivy Whip from fucking Soul Calibur. Can Shin stand up to Uzuki? Honestly, that was a big, topic of discussion last week. I'm honestly so curious. I'll admit that you guys are a threat. I should have taken care of you at the Kanto branch. Oh, really? Took you long enough to notice. Crap, I'm suddenly contending with the big boss, but I gotta do this. If you ever face off with X, it's crucial not to give off any bloodlust. You could activate Mr. Takamura's personality. It is crazy that, like, Uzuki is just a constant time bomb waiting to tick off. Like, he can just turn into Takamura and it's game over from there. You've got to do your best to not trigger him, but also fight to the best of your ability. Oof. He's got the sword underneath the cloak. Damn, that is a cool ass panel right there. Okay, but Mr. Takamura aside, X himself is a formidable threat. Yeah, that's what I mean. A lot of people act like Uzuki himself isn't a problem, and Uzuki himself isn't a powerful villain, and like Suzuki needed to give him Takamura to make him threatening. Not the case at all. Uzuki is still an order level threat. I think a lot of people forget that. I still kind of hate Takamura was absorbed, but I get something had to be done. I think Uzuki was still a very strong threat. It's just Now, instead of having Takamura be a wild card, now he's on the enemy side. And honestly, as like someone who pretended to be senile, it makes sense. I mean, Takamura at a certain point was throwing hands with Nagumo, you know? He was just a fucking loose cannon. A seat from a fighter jet? It must have fallen with the rubble from above. The one safe seat in the plane, the one secret fucking air spot that was safe from the explosion. Well, it's do or die. He throws himself in a fucking... Oh, he pops it. That's actually kind of smart. Pops the eject button, basically, and launches them out. He pulled the ejector seat. This brat reminds me more and more of Sakamoto. More Shin Glaze. Let's fucking go, baby. I'm never gonna be upset about that. They just fall into the side. The way that normal Sakamoto people, the normal civilians, the everyday people in Sakamoto are able to just casually live life and just not just live around all of this craziness will never be lost on me. They really are all just fucking so unaware. Like a jet fucking plane just crashed into the building nearby. These people are still living their lives and working normally. Makes no sense to me. I don't think it ever will. Oh shit. Again, a jet plane just crashed into the Tokyo Tower. Everyone's just walking around not freaking out. I mean, I guess people are just running around shooting guns before, right? At this point, everyone's just trying to do the best they can. Oh no, they crashed into the fucking water. The aquarium? I'm saved. But there are too many bystanders to fight here. Oh damn, the Rihanna cow fucking flashback. What up, Coconut? How we doing? You ever been to an aquarium? Nope. Why? I've always wanted to go to one. Don't those big, colorful tanks look like they'd be fun to see? Oh my god, you got her right there in the fucking... You got her right there in the crowd, man. And of course, honestly, I definitely think there's some symbolism there. I definitely think there's some symbolism there to like, to him being inside the tank instead of being, you know, instead of being outside. Izuki finna hit the coldest pose in Sakamoto Days history. Oh shit. What's going on? Why did he suddenly get so quiet? Uh-oh. Oh no. Damn. It's not Shin that had needed to be worried. The shark having the bloodlust. Izuki is fucking triggered for sure. Damn. Forgot about that. Humans aren't the only one that give off bloodlust. Thank you for visiting the aquarium today. The fucking loudspeaker, I'm done. A lost child has been reported. Oh boy. Welp, sheesh. You know who I really feel bad for? You know who I really feel bad for here? Realistically, I feel bad for the shark the most. The shark was just living its life. Shark was just trying to get by. It didn't do no wrong. And it had to, it just got caught up in collateral damage. Fucked up, man. Fucked up, man. I think that's disappointing. I think that's sad. Shark thought it was mealtime. For me, it's crazy that like both of them, if the shark wasn't there, were they about to just start swinging at the bottom of the aquarium tank? Like the way that they were, the way that they were posted up here. Like they both just like kind of like dropped to the bottom of the aquarium and we're like, okay. All right, round two. Like crazy. Listen, you got to give it to Shin. The very fact that Shin was able to at least survive this, he didn't get instantly no-diffed by Uzuki, is, you know, is clout enough for me to be like, yeah, Shin's pretty cool here. This was a cool Shin chapter. He got the glaze, you know, he got the perfect fucking glaze again, where he's like, this kid's reminding me more and more of Sakamoto. Hey, listen, that's the best kind of compliment you could give my boy. Best kind of compliment you could give my boy. That being said, we're gonna move into the recap very quickly. Like I said, I have a hard out at 12:30, unfortunately, but don't worry. I think this was an awesome chapter. What was the name of this chapter? Lost Child. Oh wow. It all comes full circle. Look at that. Maybe Lou's gonna fight. Drunks don't give off bloodlust. I'm coping, but I can dream. I saw an author comment. I'm not sure if it was a meme, if it was fake, or if it was true. But the author comment was, I keep Lou out of fighting because I like her too much. And I was like, are we for real? It had to be a meme, right? There's no way that was a real author comment. If that was, that's honestly hysterical. But I did like the Lou cameo here with Wu-Tang. I do like that. I do appreciate it genuinely. But all right, y'all, you guys know the drill. As always, I gotta go ahead and do the recap. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. It helps the stream way more than you know. Helps the channel know who wants to see the streams, who's going to enjoy the streams. If you guys like it, also lets me know if you guys want more of these. And as always, love you. I may miss a chat or two as I'm going through the recap, but just know it's not because I hate you. It's because I'm going off the dome. It's stream of consciousness. I'll get to you guys as soon as I can. Kiss, kiss, hug, hug. Send me the site. Oh, I'm reading off of Viz Media. I'm literally legitimately reading. Oh, I'm reading off of Manga Plus. I'm actually reading off of Manga Plus. I just lied to you. Support the official release always. There's a phone app for them and also a manga app Manga Plus website. So whatever you prefer. But always support the official release. Let me get into the recap, guys. Love y'all. I'll check chat as soon as I'm done with the recap. All right. So, one thing that I love about this chapter is not only is it a full-on showcase that Shin has fully come into his own as someone that is able to not replace Sakamoto, but stand in his shoes, if you will. Shin and Uzuki and their quick little scuffle here, obviously before Takamura comes out, because now at this point, if Shishiba and Osaragi can't handle Takamura, if Shin does, then we're dealing with something crazy. But I digress. I did appreciate the beginning of this chapter showing how everyone in the Sakamoto's gang is pulling their own weight, whether it is Siba and his brother Mafuyu and the other JCC students, Amane, or if it's Lou and Wu-Tang doing their own part of trying to handle the gun situation. We already know Heisuke, Kendaka, all of these people as well are out, even Boiled, doing their best to save the country of Japan. Not only does it show that these are all characters that have progressed past the natural definition of what an assassin should be. What is honestly the main clash of ideals here, at least between the Sakamoto gang and Oki and the remainder of the Order. Remember, Oki is all about keeping assassins the way they should be, on top of the world, being able to stomp on the weak. Whereas Sakamoto, Shin, and all of his allies are fighting for the weak on behalf of the strong. And again, just seeing how far everyone has come, how much all of these characters that have been just slightly either interacted with, engaged with, and have all become a member of the Sakamoto family in their own way. It's a beautiful moment, and it does not only show to me that this is probably the final arc of the series, but again, that no matter what everybody says, or no matter what kind of criticisms that Yuto Suzuki gets for his writing, the very fact that he's able to bring all of these characters back together for one big final showdown against K is, again, chef's kiss. You've even got freaking Granny Mio, the healer from all the way back in the Death Row Assassin arc, which is just showing you that Suzuki doesn't forget the goats. He always remembers the most important people. This girl is out here using Senbon to take people out, which is just great. You've got the social media, Twitter trending. While you can always make jokes about how unaware the people and the civilians in Sakamoto Days are, especially when you consider that a fighter jet just crashed into the Tokyo Tower, and as Uzuki and Shin are fighting, there are just people living their lives, working, walking around the streets, going to the aquarium. Again, keep in mind that they only just recently stopped the guns from going off. The beginning of this chapter is like, oh, people, the bullets stopped. Wow, it's gotten very quiet. You guys are at the aquarium at a time like this. I feel like everyone should be home. Hana and Aoi get it. Hana's like, hey, the streets are safe now. And Aoi's like, maybe I should leave the house now while the guns are done so I can get groceries and come back to the safety of my home. Why? What's the disconnect here with the rest of these people? But also at the same time, you got the social media trending stuff. Suzuki is able to use his background of the world as comedy constantly, and I think that's really all it's meant to be. The story of Sakamoto Days wouldn't make sense if the public were as smart as everybody else. It just wouldn't, and I'm completely okay with that. And you know what else I'm okay with? I am okay with how well Shin did in this fight against Uzuki. Because, as Shin does mention, while he's fighting, he has to watch out for revealing any bloodlust or exposing any kind of emotions towards the main villain of the story. Because, as Nagumo told him, and as we know from the Osaragi Shishiba incident, any slight hint of bloodlust possible can awaken the Takamura personality inside of Uzuki and make this an instant guaranteed loss for whoever is going up against him. Shin still admits, though, that Uzuki himself is a formidable threat, which I think a lot of people forget. A lot of people see Uzuki not always being the most powerful person in the room and just assume that Suzuki needed to give Takamura to Uzuki in order to make him an actual problem. But Kei Uzuki was always an order level threat, if not more so. You have to remember that this character was still someone that was able to fight against Sakamoto in his peak. Sure, you could argue that he ended up losing. I would argue most people would end up losing. But the very fact that Sakamoto considered Uzuki a threat, and Uzuki again was able to go on that mission with the Order, with Rihanna Kao in the past and everything, Uzuki is and always will be a problem. Takamura definitely gives him a huge power boost, but I think that's more of a representation of Uzuki now embodying the actual bloodlust of the assassin world. We can see it as, you know, his whole plan playing out, right? This whole chaos that's going off. He's showing and even exploiting, or being exploited, quote unquote, whatever way you want to look at it, by or using Oki, someone who represents, again, this dirty underworld that the assassins used to use to be more powerful than everybody else and abuse their strength to stay on top of the world. Uzuki, as the leader of all of this, as the head of all of this, has also the physical manifestation of bloodlust. Takamura wasn't a person. Takamura wasn't an assassin. Takamura was a concept. He was an entity. At least that's how he's explained to us multiple times in the story. Now, obviously, I'm being facetious. I'm exaggerating. Takamura was a real person, but what he represented is why Uzuki absorbed the personality. Does the power buff definitely help Uzuki maintain more of a dominance over the story? Yes, but it's more symbolism than it is Uzuki just needed to be powered up by Takamura in order to be a threat. Because we see right here, even Shin, who was able to fight and win against Tenkyu, is on the back foot against Uzuki pretty much the entire time. However, Shin is able to survive and hold his cool throughout this entire fight, not just because of all of the experiences that he's gained and learned from before, but even Uzuki mentions that Shin is starting to think and act like Sakamoto, which again is just a beautiful thing for Shin to actually be stepping into the shoes of the character that he's wanted to stand alongside of for more than 200 chapters now. Shin, noticing the fighter jet seat that had fallen and was in the moment and getting pushed back against Uzuki's speed and his weapon, decides to make use of his environment the best way he can, hit the eject button, and make them both fly out of the tower and into another building, the aquarium, as we see at the very end of the chapter, which Uzuki himself admits is a very Sakamoto-like move. Sakamoto is known for using his environment to the best of his ability, and Shin is now able to think and act in a way that makes him almost as formidable of a threat no matter where he's fighting. It doesn't matter if you're on land, air, or sea, Shin is able to throw hands with you, and sure, his ESP is going to help with that. The future sight, being able to hijack you at least once, being able to hijack himself to make himself move faster. It all comes down to development and how much Shin has learned. And again, I love that while Sakamoto is down on his luck here, it's Shin that's standing up to the main big bad of the entire series. Even though, unfortunately, this standoff can't last for long. I mean, it can't last really anymore after this, because once they fall into the aquarium, Uzuki is almost attacked by a shark, and the shark, thinking it was time to eat, has bloodlust. It smells the food. Uzuki's probably bleeding too, so he smells it and he comes for him, which is just enough of a bloodlust to awaken Takamura. And as they slice through the aquarium tank, and Shin is most definitely now out of his depth, I think the way that this chapter ends with Uzuki thinking about Rion, thinking and looking outside of the tank, seeing Rion and remembering the conversation, how they always wanted to go to an aquarium and how it just seemed beautiful and how they always just wanted to be normal people. One, it just shows how hypocritical and just how far Uzuki is off of his original goal. But two, there has to be some kind of symbolism here with Uzuki being trapped in the aquarium tank, thinking about it, and a cow specifically mentioning she wondered what it would look like to look at the tank and view it from the outside. Yet Uzuki is inside the tank while Rion is looking outside. Again, I think there's a level of symbolism here that is not lost on me. They are on two separate entire wavelengths at this point. Uzuki has gone so far away from his original goal that, yeah, I can't even condone it. But unfortunately, before he even has a chance to think about this, the bloodlust of the assassin world takes over, and I don't know what's going to happen from here. Shin was already in a battle of attrition and fighting for survival up against Takamura. Now someone has to come and save him. Last review, I said that I just wanted Shin to fight Uzuki for a little bit and then someone could save him later just so we could see how far Shin has come. I got that. Someone come save my boy. But I will definitely be here next chapter to discuss it, because I am excited with where Sakamoto Days is going, and I also want to see what the hell is going to come from this confrontation between Uzuki and Shin. But hit that like button if you haven't already, guys. Make sure you subscribe for the YouTube algorithm. They love that crap. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace, 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 peace. All right, and that is Sakamoto Days Down. Obviously, the stream is not ending. We still have Kagurabachi to read, but that was just a recap for the second channel. I'm gonna go ahead and send that over to the lovely Jesse, and now I can check chat and see what you guys have been saying. Yeah, Shin's gonna need the assistance. He's gonna need the assistance desperately. Shin's now cooked. It's that clear. Shin versus Uzuki, good for him that he was able to last this long. Shin versus Takamura, get out now before you die early. Get out now before you die early. Uzuki's so unstable, but at the same time driven, scary stuff. 110%. I definitely believe that. Uzuki is just, I don't understand Uzuki's game. Uzuki, like, believing that we should just drop everything to human instinct and hope for the best is just, it's foolish, man. He needs to realize that he's being foolish. He's not making no sense. He ain't making no sense. Yotsumura hasn't been present for a long time, so it would be cool to see him pop in. Also, Nagumo has been absent for a very long time, so maybe that will switch things up a little bit. I love how Takamura has that Sukuna vibe as a threat. Would be nice if he was more of a character. I mean, again, right, like, Takamura is just meant to represent, like, he's more of a symbol than he is a character. I think I definitely understand what you mean. Where, like, wish he had more of, like, you know, a personality, you know, maybe we could get his backstory and stuff like that. But I'm a big believer in, you know, a lot of the times characters can be good without depth and without, you know, being, you know, fully fleshed out. Honestly, sometimes characters are just cool as hell, and you know what, they got aura, and sometimes that's fine, sometimes that's okay. I watched a video, I think, on Full Metal Alchemist, and it was talking about how Full Metal Alchemist 2003 and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, the homunculi are very different, and a lot of people's criticism of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is that the homunculi in Full Metal Alchemist, the original series, have, you know, more fully fleshed out backstories. They have darker origins, you know, everything. They have a lot more tragedy and sadness to them, whereas the homunculi in Brotherhood are sometimes a little bit more, you know, archetype character, whereas opposed to, you might not every, you know, the homunculi are born from father. They're not, you know, whereas in the original Full Metal Alchemist, they're other alchemists who try to create philosopher's stones and were ended up, you know, or tried to, you know, was it resurrect people? They tried to resurrect people and they paid their price. And that's what it was. They were people that were resurrected through philosophers. So something like that. I never saw the original Full Metal Alchemist. I need to give it a shot one day. But they're two entirely different characters, right? Whereas, like, the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood homunculi serve a purpose, and they fit that purpose well, whereas the homunculi from the original Full Metal Alchemist also serve a different purpose, and they serve that purpose very well. Two entirely different characters, and you can argue that, hey, I prefer the darker, you know, more fleshed out backstories, and I prefer the characters serving a specific role and just that being it, which is fair. You could definitely say that. But again, like, those, you're trying to, the writers are trying to accomplish two different things in that scenario, and I think that's okay. And again, I think your criticism is right. It's fair. You can have that opinion. You're definitely right. And there is definitely times where I wish we got more of a character. But I also think it's easy to remember that, you know, some characters are just meant to serve a single role, and Takamura served his role well. He was literally just a force of nature more than he was a character. I like I said, definitely would love to have seen more of him. I think Takamura has a one-shot too, right? I think Takamura was a character that Yuto Suzuki created even before Sakamoto days. Takamura, I think, has his own one-shot. And I'm pretty sure it's fully canon to, I don't know if it's canon to the world, but I think it was made by Suzuki. So if you definitely want some more of Takamura, definitely check that one shot out. It's literally, I'm pretty sure, all about him. I don't know what it's called. Hold on. Yeah. It's called Garaku. It doesn't change anything in the main story, so you can take it as canon. Yeah. I love the connection between Takamura and the people. He takes care of them. The people, yeah. So yeah, super duper cool. It's separate from the story, I'm pretty sure, but like I said, like you said, it doesn't change anything, and it could fit into the story without affecting any timelines or anything. So you could consider it canon, but there is a Takamura one shot if that's something that you wanted. I know it's off topic, but I think you should check out Martial King. So I read the first chapter of Martial King. I read the second one too. The art style is a little bit weird for me, but it's something I have to get used to. So I'm letting it build up. I'm letting it, how many chapters does Martial King have right now? Was it on break this week? Where's Martial King? Oh, the Martial King's got 12 chapters out. I'll check it out again for sure. I also want to read Odor of the Flame. Because I loved Hunter's Guild Red Hood. And the fact that Yuki Kawaguchi got into Shonen Jump again, good for him. He deserves it. His last series got axed way too soon. And I'm excited to see if he's going to be able to keep something going. People seem to really be liking this. So I'm all for it, dude. He deserves a second shot. I haven't even read the first chapter, so I'm definitely a piece of shit myself. But I'm gonna read the first 3 chapters on my own. Actually, I'm gonna make a point to read it. I gotta see what it's all about. But yeah, I got the 3 volumes of Hunter's Guild Red Hood on the shelf back there. We're gonna get into Kagurabachi, guys. Really quickly, in between series, I just want to make it very clear and thank our sponsor, Gamer Sups. I know I said it earlier, guys, but yeah, sincerely, if you guys like energy drinks, if you don't like energy drinks, but you do feel, look, as someone that gets tired around 2-3 p.m., I love Gamer Sups because it's not just caffeine, it's got nootropics, it's got vitamins, it's got vitamin B, C, D. It's really good for you. It's really hydrating because what you're doing is you're literally just pouring shit into water, so you're getting a bunch of hydration the entire time. You're getting a bunch of energy. It's awesome. It's good for you with the vitamins. I genuinely do enjoy it. Again, keep in mind, it's energy supplement. I think it's good for you. It's my opinion that it's good for you. I want to keep in mind, I don't want to get sued because I'm saying something wrong. But either way, they just came out with the JoJo's Stone Ocean fruit, which I've heard is really good. I haven't had the chance to try it myself, but I definitely want to give it a shout out. They've got all the cups and everything like that. And it's a limited time only, so you get it while supplies last. Stone Ocean fruit, like I said, I've heard the flavor is really good. You've also got plenty of other awesome flavors. You got Blowhole Blast. You've got BBLGG, which is currently what I've been drinking recently in the care package that they sent me. Really, really good. Pastilli's Antidote. You got Nile Nectar. Crusaderade. Grandma's Ashes. If you know queso's flavor, Nuclear Bombsicle. You got Copium if you want to actually taste what Copium smells like and fucking tastes like. You get some raw meat, Sigma Brain, actually the JFJ brand snake oil, beautiful. Actually really, really good. I actually really, really fuck with JFJ brand snake oil. It's like apple-ish. Yeah, Crusaderade GG by Swagger Souls. Refreshingly delicious sweet and tangy combination of mango with a tasteful twist of tea. But yeah, I mean, look at the nutrition chart, guys. I'm literally not lying to you here. Like, there's no sugar in it either. So if you're someone that doesn't want to drink a lot of sugar, there's no sugar in it. It's sugar-free. You know, low carbohydrates, low calories, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin B, 6 and 12, vitamin H. Like I said, they got caffeine and caffeine free. So if you don't want the caffeine, but you do want the nootropics, again, you know, and it's made with, you know, fruit, ginseng, you know, mangosteen. It's made with all, you know, legitimate shit. So it's, again, I like it. And again, they've got caffeine and caffeine free. So whatever you prefer, you know, they got it. But yeah, use my code NOOP at checkout. 10% off. Again, yep, here is the what you gonna call it? Hold on. Here's the code. Go check it out. Code is in chat and in the pin message. Again, use the code at checkout. Don't forget to use the code at checkout. You get 10% off. And if you don't know, I say this all the time. If you don't know, and you don't know how to feel about it, they will send you free samples. What fucking company is gonna send you free samples? They know you're gonna like the product. Use it, yeah, try it on us. Free samples available. And I'm pretty sure if you use the code, I don't want to dox myself here, but yeah, if you use the code as well on the free samples, I'm pretty sure you get also bonus stuff. So again, if you're not sure and you're like, no op, you're lying to me, try the free samples at the very least. I guarantee you'll be using my code for the 10% off for another order. I guarantee it. But yeah, thank you GamerSupps for sponsoring. Always appreciate it. Again, I was super happy to have that partnership, and that's not because I was happy. I don't get paid every time I say this. Genuinely, like, it is genuinely just an affiliate thing, and I took the partnership because I use GamerSupps all the time. You want to see how legit that is, and you think I'm lying? I got literally the OG. I got the OG lean cup. Okay, with Joe Biden on it. Okay, they had to change this. They had to change this because they almost got sued. They got to send a cease and desist for having Biden's face on it. You literally can't buy that original packaging anymore. You literally can't get it. If you do, it has a little funny face on Joe Biden. So if you don't believe me that I'm someone that I drank it even before they gave me a partnership, check the dates. Check the dates. Dog sleeping in the back. Oh yeah, they're my cuties. They're my good girlies. They're my favorites. My beautiful girlies. Yeah, you guys cute. You guys cute. All right. Like I said, we're on a strict timeline here today. We got to go, so let's get into Kagurabachi, y'all. Kagurabachi spoilers. Again, if you don't want to be spoiled on Kagurabachi, this is your chance to dip out. We are going to be fully locked into Kagurabachi, spoiling up to the most recent chapter. So please, again, this is your one warning. Spoilers for Kagurabachi. Last chapter of Kagurabachi was great. I really, really liked it because Azami and seeing him in the execution grounds was fucking dope. Also, funny thing, if you haven't seen it, they literally made a theme song for Azami. I think it's by Penjamin. Hold on. They literally made a theme song for Azami. I subscribe to this man because he makes cool stuff. But yeah, they literally made a theme song for Azami. Execution grounds. Quite literally. So you know it's real, and it's a good song. It's literally a good song. Yeah, that was the best subscription I ever made, Coconut. Best subscription I ever made. All right, let's see. Let's go. Okay, Kagurabachi time. Chapter 80. Kamunabi Headquarters, Underground Level 2. Books for days. They're all manuals of sorcery. Not the kind of sorcery that's innate at birth. Basic teleportation and force field magic are more academic. Oh, shit. Interesting. Basic teleportation and force field magic are more academic. Am I the only one that's picking up what's getting put down here? That means we still have no idea what Shiba's innate sorcery is. Literally, the teleportation barrier merchant is holding out. Okay. I fuck with that. Load a nice little lore drop for people that are paying attention. This place is jam-packed with formulas and knowledge. The Sazanami clan is a prestigious lineage. Didn't you have a library like this? We did, but not on this level. This is like twice the size. You gotta really study to excel in the Kamunabi. You met the Masumi, right? Those guys are masters of these crafts. If you absorbed and mastered all the material on this floor, you'd be their peer. Oh, he fucking swallows his shit. He's like, this entire library? Not big on studying? That kid was that badass? Yeah, that's a lot of reading. That's a lot of reading, bro. He said if you mastered and absorbed everything on this floor, you would be just on their level. And which is crazy because they're not even that strong in the grand scheme of things. What's with the crazy racket we're hearing? Probably Azami brawling. Brawling? Sounds like they're gonna bust through the ceiling. Don't sweat it. There's a force field. There are 7 practitioners on par with the Masumi, but with varied areas of expertise. They trade off occupying our core station, where they operate the force field. If someone tries to bust through, not only is it really strong to begin with, but they're also constantly repairing it. Reading makes you stronger that's real life. That's real life, baby. Knowledge is power. The pen is mightier than the sword. It's absolutely impenetrable. It does let sounds through, though. It's getting louder and louder. Ichiki probably joined the fight. Who? The little old guy from the meeting. Oh, shit. Damn. Either the Hashaku member is that wild that he needed to pop in, or he's handling the other guys. Huh? That dude fights too? All of the upper echelon are highly skilled, though Azami's on another level. As for me, I'm not much of a fighter. Still, most members of the council are up there in age. The ones fighting right now are probably our best bet. Each of them directly commands their own elite troop. Nearly all of their forces are on site here. Beyond that, there are also more than 300 fighters who have completed our basic curriculum. Those are most of the guys you see walking around carrying swords. Curriculum? Curriculum? Why can't I say that word today? Curriculum. The curriculum. I can't. It's a tongue twister for me. I don't know why. My mouth wasn't created that way. Curriculum. I don't know why that's so hard. Intensive training in spirit energy and martial arts, plus sorcery fundamentals. I'd say they've absorbed about a third of that library. What a strong group. Yeah, all bound up in a rock-solid force field. Nothing could be more secure. Azami and those guys aren't really fighting to protect headquarters. It's more like they went outside to hunt prey. No, something seems off. The Hashaku aren't even using Datenseki like they did at the Sanzo. They operate very strategically. Even if their plans have gone haywire, would they really show up and knowingly waltz into a death trap? Well, something tells me there's a traitor. I think all the people that were theorizing that in the Kamunabi higher ups there is a traitor are about to find out real quick. I agree with Azami. He's like, this shit's too weird. Why would they do this? They gotta have an ulterior motive. Ishihira, you're correct. This man is one of our instructors. Pleased to meet you. Such a young one. Lately, I've been training more students your age. Quite a lot of fresh sprouts showing up these days. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. You want to get out? Hold on. You want to get out? What about you? Daddy, I'm gonna shut the door, so are you coming back in here or are you staying out here? Don't get stuck out there just because you want it to be, you want it to be out here. Alright. Education is a crucial job. We're severely short-handed these days. Our trainers are building the foundation to address that issue. I've dedicated my life to serving this country. I fought in the war, too. Have a look. This is my daughter, Yuki. She'll be 4 next month. What a cutie, right? She scrunches up her whole face when she smiles. I care about her. Even more than this country. Ishihira! What the hell? He just slit his... Oh, no. Oh, no. Well... Warrior's Path. Huh? Don't worry about me. Damn. He saved his ass. He didn't even teleport with him. All right, at least this guy's, at least this guy's loyal. Huh? Unregistered spirit energy explosion. 4 locations in the force field. Well, they had inside men. Oh no, he got cooked. Damn. He just got fucking killed. I thought he's like, all right, don't worry, I got this. No, he just fucking died. He sacrificed himself. Mr. Kudo, he protected me. And Pine Tree sorcery. Why did it emerge from Mr. Ishihira's body? There he is. Mr. Kudo's up above. He's... Oh, damn. How many fucking Kamunabi traders are there, bro? Wow. Oh, they've been the Hishaku have been planting seeds this entire time. It's full-on fucking mutiny, bro. They've been planting seeds the whole time. All those pamphlets, all that fucking shit earlier on before they even killed Rokuhira, and then they had 3 years after that, bro. Ugh. It makes so much sense. Oh no. Do we kill him? What? No. The idea was to use him as bait to attract core fighters. Huh? Wait, what? Sorry, it's for our families. Families? That other guy said something similar. Don't tell me. Oh, as for Ishihira, he did his part. You can release his daughter. No, it's not even that. They literally have fucking names on a list. They're literally holding people hostage. Holy fuck. And so, oh man, it's, wow. Never mind. Fuck the pamphlets. Fuck the fucking, they've been steadily, you know, slowly but surely politicizing and radicalizing people in the Kabunabi. That works too. Just taking people's children as hostages. That works too. Now, do your thing, soldiers. We can't have him flailing around. Cut his limbs. Okay. But how will you do it? My sword! I confiscated your weapons, so if you surrender... The knee to the fucking face, bro. Thought he was so smart. Why? Hakori's always getting his ass beat, bro. I swear to God. Every time, he's always getting his ass whooped. That didn't stop them. Now what? There's no way it's just these three. Each of them directly commands their own elite troop. Worst case, the Hishaku have gotten to them too. The attack upstairs is just a diversion to lure out our strongest fighters. At the same time, they're provoking and fighting. They're provoking infighting. We want you to teleport the Shinichi. The Hishaku will have no way to get at it. I'm the only one who can stop this. This is no time to be... Wait. Somehow. Why aren't our blows affecting him? The two soldiers trained for 5 years in the Kamunabi's intensive physical fortification program, while Hakori was toughened up by a decade of bottomless love from the eldest scion of the Sazanami clan. I'm dead, bro. He said, damn, you guys kick like shit. He said, my big brother fucking beat my ass 10 times harder than this. He said, oh, it's literally the Mark meme, like from Invincible. He's like, I thought you guys would be stronger. Oh, Issa. Huh? Maybe the pine tree can't grow out of them if they're unconscious. Whew. From now on, there's no knowing who's an enemy. But that's right, I can fight now. If the Swordmaster and the Shinichi fall into their hands, the nation's done for. Chihiro's also out there fighting, and I'm one of the core fighters too. Okay, okay. Good for Hakori. Good for Hakori. Coming in hot. Good for him. Hishaku is on that Aizen timing, though. I will definitely say that. Hishaku is on that Aizen timing. They be playing 4D thoughts. 4D thoughts? 4D chess. What the fuck is going on in my head? Crystal Bear game. I like the Sakamoto Days chapter, Crystal. It was really good. Definitely feel free to go back to the VOD. I'm going to set the timestamps, or, you know, I'll upload the full review on the second channel. Unfortunately, I do got to be out of here at 12:30, 12:40, so we're gonna get into the recap of Kagurabachi really quickly. Yeah, I normally, if I had to be out so quick, I wouldn't have streamed today, but we took off for Mother's Day, we took off for Easter. You know, it's like we got to keep the show going. We got to keep the lights on at a certain point. But yeah, so I love you guys. Chat, if I miss any of your chats, I apologize. I'll get to you as soon as I can once I finish, but I got to get into this recap here. because I still have to make the thumbnails. All right, let's go. So much happens in this chapter of Kagurabachi, while also giving us subtle and small hints as to just background lore and background characters. The way that this chapter begins is by introducing Hakori to the library of the Kamunabi. And the reason why we get this is pure setup and building. The same way that we had those Shigo brothers from last chapter be built up and set up as these murderous criminal sorcerers that have already taken out multiple Kamunabi sorcerers. That was simply just to act as a way to farm aura for Azami as he's beating the crap out of people in the threat elimination grounds. What this library serves as is to show just how the basic Kamunabi soldier or officer is extremely knowledgeable when it comes to sorcery knowledge. We already knew in Kagurabachi that someone's sorcery is innate. It's built into who they are as a person. Where someone like Hakori is special, they have both the Iso and the storage space of the Sazanami clan. Most people only have one style of sorcery. We see that in people like the Daruma sorcerer with his Daruma bombs. We also see that in some of the elite sorcerers that have gotten no diff in some of the small little gimmick attacks that they have on their disposal. Where these manuals and where this library comes in is it explains sorcery that can be learned by anybody. Things like force fields, barriers, even teleportation are all material and magic that can be learned by anybody. If you study hard enough, you can become a pure on full-fledged sorcerer even without some kind of innate technique, which shows why the Masumi, the ninjas, are so powerful, because even though they may not have a direct sorcerer ability, because they were able to master and absorb all of the information from even just one massive floor of this library, they're able to become as strong as they are. Now, I want to make it very clear that they're not even some of the strongest characters in the series. As Mr. Kudo mentions, it would probably take a Kamunabi higher up or a Kamunabi master to learn all of this to become purely strong. That's how people like Azami get powerful. And like I said, in the small little lore drops that we get, that's how people like Shiba get strong. We have been theorizing on end about what Shiba's sorcery might be, based off of that one teleportation ability he did on Hakori's brother. Now we know that that teleportation was basic sorcery that anybody can learn. Shiba has just probably absorbed so much knowledge from the Kamunabi library and is just such a high-level sorcerer, he can do it and make it look easy. That's why he's also a barrier master. Shiba is a bookworm, essentially. He has mastered so much knowledge that he can even use basic sorcery on a level that people can't keep up with their innate sorcery. Not only does this show how much Hakori has to learn when it comes to being an asset for Chihiro and it comes to just being helpful, but it also shows how even just the lowest level of Kamunabi officer have put in a large amount of work to understanding the basics and creating a strong foundation. And why that's important is because, once again, it's only here to exist as a way to show how far our characters have come and how far they've strived past these basic Kamunabi officers. We have gotten so much of an introduction into how the entire organization of the Kamunabi works in this infiltration moment. We understand how their force fields work, how they constantly have guards changing shifts to repair and change the barrier conditions, how we have elimination grounds that allow Azami and even people like Ichiki to go all the way out and fight, not just as if they're protecting the Kamunabi, but as if they are going all out to hunt prey. We also have the elite sorcerers, some from the anti-Sojo squad, some that we may not have seen yet, that all command their own elite troop. Why all of this matters is Azami mentions as he's fighting This seems weird. This seems very interesting. Why are the Hishaku jumping into this in what seems like a death trap? They're getting trapped in the threat elimination grounds, which it's interesting to note, even without directly telling us, it's clear that Azami is struggling with the Hishaku member that he's fighting against. Either Ichiki is joining Azami in the threat elimination grounds and 2v1ing this Hishaku member, which says a lot considering Azami was just said to be the strongest higher up they have, or Ichiki is in his own threat eliminations grounds fighting, because we hear their brawl going on up above the entire time. The reason why Azami feels off, and the reason why a strategic organization like the Hishaku are doing weird things like infiltrating directly, is because they always have an ulterior motive. They always have a backup plan. They're always playing 4D chess. Yura and Hatshaku, the person whose name we still don't have been able to steadily increase the numbers of traders in the Kamunabi, most likely over the course of these last 3 years since gaining all of the enchanted blades. I originally thought maybe it was the pamphlet and the politics and the coup d'etat they were slowly building back in Somura's days of spreading out the small information of the Seitei War and the radicalism. And while that could be the case for certain of the Kamunabi traders, Yura and Hatshaku have no mercy whatsoever, because for the people that couldn't be convinced by politics, what they were able to do was quite literally kidnap their loved ones. We meet a man who is in charge of raising all of the Kamunabi warriors as they come into the organization. He is someone who has dedicated his entire life to this organization and to the country that he serves. But when his daughter is held captive by the Hishaku, he admits right before cutting his own throat that he cares more about his daughter than he cares about the entire country. And as a giant burst of the Pine Tree sorcery goes to kill Hikori and Mr. Kudo, in a moment of sacrifice that won't go unavenged, he teleports Hikori out of the elevator, says, "Don't worry about me." And unfortunately, where I thought he was going to start throwing hands or find a way to survive this Pine Tree attack, he dies, which shows how serious that this has all gotten, right? Now that the traders are fully involved and they're fully coming up from the bottom, and the Hishaku members are attacking from the top down, eventually they're going to meet in the middle and take out and clear out the entire head of the entire organization. Because who knows how many more traders exist in the Kamunabi. The moment Hikori gets out of the elevator, he's already dealing with officers that have been taken over and have their loved ones taken hostage to cut off all of Hikori's limbs and hold him hostage so that way the core fighters come to fight them. Hikori is a trap. All of these things that they're doing has been so heavily thought out. Yura and Hatshaku are on a level of timing and genius that the Kamunabi are not ready to handle. Considering any one of these elite sorcerers could have their children held hostage, the entire Kamunabi organization is about to crumble, without doubt. Without doubt. However, one thing that this also did for us is show how far Hikori has grown since we were first introduced to him. Because for a character who feels like he can't really do much, and a character that when faced with two people that had a blade to his throat was only able to teleport their swords away and didn't think they would just beat the crap out of him. One thing that I love is, despite all of this glazing and how much training and knowledge that is packed behind these Kamunabi officers, the most basic of NPCs in this world, Hikori getting his ass whooped and bullied by his brother on the regular throughout his entire life was worse than anything that these Kamunabi officers can do to him. It just, I don't know whether to be happy about that, feel kind of bad for him, the fact that he was bullied so hard that he now has a higher durability and it just does the Mark Invincible meme, thinking that the Kamunabi officers would have been stronger, but they're actually weaker than what his brother would give to him in bottomless love almost every day of his life. It shows that these characters, Hakori, Chihiro, they are so far above anything that just basic knowledge can give you. They have experience. They have fought in these battles. They have been injured and gone through hell before. And sometimes that amounts to way more than studying. And fuck it, I'll say it, dude. While knowledge is power, and that's very clear from this chapter as well, people like Shiba wouldn't exist and wouldn't be as full of aura as they would be without straining and struggling over all of these books daily. But sometimes experience can relate to the same kind of strength. We see this in not just Hakori and Chihiro, but people like Hirohiko, who I know a lot of people have turned on after he got his ass handed to him by Samura. But again, something tells me that Hirohiko, Chihiro, even Hakori still have so much more development and growth to do. And if they're already surpassing levels of elite Kamunabi troops, I'm just excited to see how far they're gonna go into the future. But not only that, I'm excited to see who else is a trader. Is one of the higher ups a full-on trader? Is it gonna be higher up versus higher up? Are we gonna actually see what Ichiki is capable of in the ring? Are we gonna see him fight? Is he a trader? Is someone gonna show up that's more powerful than Azami? What's Yura currently doing right now? This infiltration part of this arc, even though everything happened at the Bloodshed Hotel was great, what's happening right now is just as exciting. And I don't want to cut back to Chihiro and Samura just yet. I want to keep seeing where this Kamunabi infiltration goes. And it's just a testament to how much fun Hokuzono is able to make this series every single time. But yeah, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, because the YouTube algorithm loves when people subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, you'll know that I'm covering this series every single week. I can promise and assure you that will be the case. And if you read any other series, feel free to check those out. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. All right. So that is the recap for Kagurabachi 80. I think I did that one horribly. I don't think I did as good as the Sakamoto Days recap on that one. I think that one was pretty bad, but you know what? We try. We try to persevere every day. We try to be better. It's fine. We've got a little bit of time left before it is 12:30. My heart out. What did you guys think about the Kagurabachi chapter? How are you guys feeling? What did you guys think about Sakamoto Days? We're in Yap session. We are in wind down 10 minutes or so. Did you miss Sakamoto Days? Yes, unfortunately, we read Sakamoto Days a while before, but VOD will definitely be available. You can definitely go back in the VOD and check it out. I'm going to timestamp the stream so that way everyone knows when they can click. Or, as always, I will upload the full review and recap of the chapter on the second channel. So you can also subscribe to the second channel, wait for that upload, and you can definitely get that checked out. I'm excited to see Shin read Uzuki's mind while he's in Takamura. Honestly, I never thought about that. That's such a good idea. Why has no one talked about that? Hakori's still putting in work even though he was nerfed? Oh yeah, dude. Hakori, this was a fire Hakori chapter. Again, I don't know whether to be happy or sad that his brother beating his ass was his durability training. But I am excited to see where the hell this infiltration goes, because this chapter just heated things up 10 times more than they were already heat up. Chances of Azami struggling and fighting with Old Man, or even Old Man being the traitor and 1v2ing Azami, I really don't know. That's the thing. I really am not sure. I'm I'm really not sure. I have to imagine that it might be 2v1 against the Hishaku member. Samurai Hishaku might be that fucking tough. Go back to page 4. Page 4. What? Let's see here. Ichiki could be... I doubt Ichiki is the traitor, but you know what? Honestly, going back to it, he literally was the guy that told Somura not to worry. He was the first person to be like, "Hey, Somura, you're kind of tripping, bro. Chill out. They're not gonna do nothing, bro. Relax." And then look how we got. Look what happened. Tell me why Kaigaku got reincarnated into Kagurabachi. Where is he? I don't see him. Is that him? Oh, what? Here, this guy right here? Kaigaku needs a second chance, bro. He needed... Hokuzono got a call from was it Gotoge? And they were like, "Hey, can you give my character a second chance?" Kind of fumbled him. Hokuzono was like, "Don't worry, I got you." I'll put him in an elite squad of sorcerers. Oh no, not the elite squad curse for the Kagurabachi. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? No. So next, so Monday, so tomorrow, I'll be doing a stream. I think what I'll do is I think I'm gonna do what I did for Okarun last week, but I think I'll try it for Denji. I think I'm gonna do Denji versus every anime MC tomorrow for stream, so that should be fun. I do also have a gauntlet planned for the man, the myth, the legend himself, Samura Seiichi. So that will probably be not this Monday coming up, but the next Monday after. Wednesday, we will be getting into Tokyo Ghoul for members only. Friday, I'll put to a poll if you guys want to do another read through or you guys want to play a game. Let me know. I'll do a poll. I'll probably do a poll for on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I'll do a poll whether you guys want to do Takaba versus Kenjaku read through for Friday, or if you want to do Destroy All Humans or like another game or something. Yakuza 0, I would love to do that, but that's a commitment. You can't have me start a game on stream because you already know that's going to be the next like 8 months we're going to be playing that game. So maybe if that's what the people want, but just know that's what we're going to be doing every Friday for the next 2 months after that. Hey, I'm not opposed to it. But you know, keep in mind, 1 shot, double shot, 3 shot, 2 shot, 4 shot, 8 shot. I'm just saying words at this point. I don't even fucking know. But yeah, we'll put it to a poll. It's democracy, baby. It's always democracy. If I'm ever making decisions on my own, well, actually, Jedi Fallen Order. I never finished that game. I did. I remember I played the first Jedi Fallen Order and I loved it. It was a really fun game. I didn't stop playing it because I didn't like. I think something else came out, and it's just one of those things, you know, when a game that you really want to play comes out and you're just playing kind of a game that you're just chilling with, vibing with. That's kind of how. I don't remember if like I don't remember, but I stopped playing it till something else came out, and I never went back into it. But I loved Fallen Order. Never played the second one. But yeah, so that is the schedule for the next week. Yep, Denji versus everybody tomorrow. Members only stream on Wednesday. We're gonna be reading more Tokyo Ghoul Re, and then on Friday we will be we'll put it to a poll and we'll see what we'll be doing on Friday. We'll see what the people want. But until then, guys, genuinely love and appreciate every single one of you guys. I'm sorry that I got to call this stream so early. But again, it was either early, short stream or no stream at all. And I think you guys deserve a short stream in general. We got to keep these lights on. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Can't keep taking days off. Oh, coconut. I got blue ghetto. The luck is unreal. Luck is unreal. Every time I talk to you on a stream and then go off and pull gotcha, I be pulling, okay? And I pulled him on a single pull. I'm never doing 10 pulls again. I'm only doing single pulls for the rest of the time because I pulled Gojo, Yellow Yuji, Yuta, and now Blue Ghetto all on single pulls. So I'm never not single pulling now. I went 120 pulls and no Yuji. Yeesh, I am sorry. Sorry, brother. Yeah, I don't know how I'd be getting lucky. He said, hold up, let me try my luck. I wish you the best. Get that black flash. Sending you that sparks of black. But anyway, y'all, I hope you have a good rest of the weekend. If you are celebrating Memorial Day, I hope you enjoy your time. Everyone be safe, and I will see you guys tomorrow night. Peace.